Hmm. Click the button below. Select the stream. How do I tell if it's live? What are we doing here? This doesn't make any sense at all. There's so many different pieces in here, brother. Yeah, but I want the broadcast. I want this thing. There we go. Okay. And then just put this right here. Move the chat right over here. I think it's live. I don't know. How do I tell? Oh, wait, no, it says views. There's a concurrent viewer. Nice. God, this is such a pain in the dick to set up. But now that it's set up, we're good to go. But I need somebody to send a comment in the chat so I can see if the chat is actually live. And can you hear me? And can you hear the Mountain Blade? More importantly. I haven't played this game in like 2 years. It's going to be a great time. All right. Let's reacquaint ourselves. Vlandians. The Vlandians are the descendants of adventurers from the West who lived under the Empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they have evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. Okay, so these are the cavalry boys. These are the cavalry boys. I kind of like them. What bonuses do we get here? 5% more renown from the battles, which is amazing. 15% more income while serving as a mercenary, also incredible. 10% production bonus to villages that are bound to castles. That's pretty dank. Recruiting lords to armies costs 20% more influence. That fucking blows cock. Yeah, that's awful. Sturgians. Sturgians are the descendants of the foreign tribes of northern Calradia. As the empire expanded into their cold forests, they found a ready market for the luxurious furs of woodland animals, whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgian chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of Nord mercenaries who migrated into their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and for plunder. What do these boys do? Villages gain production. Villagers' grain production is increased by 10%. Didn't they just say these are the cold boys? They're up north? Yeah, I'm not sure about grain up north. That doesn't make any sense. Armies are gathered with 50% less influence. That's dank. 20% more relationship penalty from kingdom decisions. That's all right. Empire is empire. Empire is the same in every single game ever made throughout the history of the world. This is like the Greeks. This is like the Romans. They're just the order. They're in the middle of the map. And they pound everybody's cheeks with heavy troops. Although they're actually good at being archers in this game, unlike the Empire in Star Wars. They fucking blow. They can't hit the side of a barn in that. Alright, 20% less garrison troop wages. That's really good. Being an army brings 25% more influence. Okay. Village hearths increase 20% less. The Aserai are the inhabitants of the... Okay, we don't like the Aserai. I don't want to be Aserai. You know what? I could go... I'm between Botanians and Vlandians. I could either play this entire thing from horseback and just pole arm people down, or I can be a psychopath berserker that doesn't use a horse, just has a bow, and probably a falx. What other games have you played? Let me see here. How do I open up my Steam? I don't know if you could see this. Wait a sec. Let me move my cam. There we go. I have a bunch of them, but I recently got a new PC, so I have to reinstall these, which would take a couple seconds, but I am honestly really big into 4X games, strategy, anything strategy. I love strategy games. So Age of Empires 2, 3, 4, Age of Wonders, Crusader Kings. Haven't played that in a long time. DayZ, I used to play that with some buddies. I have Elder Scrolls, Heroes Hour, Humankind. Let's see. I have Bannerlord, Pathfinder, Kingmaker, which I was thinking, I was between that and Mountain Blade. Or I have Star Wars. Start a new KOTOR. Play that for the 20th time through. That'd be a good time. Tabletop Tavern. Great game. I saw Crusader 4 is going to be coming out, so that might be an angle. And then every single Total War game ever made. Every single one of them. But that being said, I haven't re-downloaded since I upgraded my PC. So I ran out of space, and then the whole thing just fucking got corrupted. So I lost all the files, which made me sad. But that's okay. But yeah, haven't re-downloaded like the Total War Warhammers. Because those... Whew! Talk about a campaign and a half, brother. Talk about a campaign and a half. Those are a good time. Oh yeah, and I got Slay the Spire. Alright. Psychopathic Berserker. It's always the move. It's always the play. That's really as black as I can get. That's crazy. That's... What?
Give him hell!
Yeah, give him hell. We're just gonna randomize it. Jesus. Why are you so white, sir? Go outside. This guy looks like a white Native American. I'm down with that. Yeah, these are all rough. No, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time looking at the characters, so just going to leave him like this. I forgot how many different modifications they have in this game. Let's see. How about just a mustache? There we go. Beautiful. Let's do some long hair. I like it. All right. So what is the playthrough? You were born into a family of... That part doesn't matter. Who cares? What I care about is these points down here. I want skill levels and focus points into certain attributes. So, I like two-handed swords. I love them to death. They're like the best weapon in the game, other than like Falk's polearms, which we might do a little bit of that as well. So let's just keep your eyes up here on these, and we'll see what we're gonna do now. There we go. So this is medicine and charm. Medicine is good, charm is good. Athletics is great. Throwing is so meh. It's hilarious. I could smith. Two-handed. Yeah, I think this one's probably the best. Because now I have bow. And I have two-handed. Because I might have a two-handed sword. And then probably not have a shield. So I'm not planning on using one-handers. So just a bow, two quivers, and a sword. Bro, what annoys you the most? Things, behaviors in people, like what is that one thing that you wish people weren't? It's an interesting question. I mean, we could talk about that for hours. I think for me, it's kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm playing a game, right? And you, all of us, we all just get to play this game called life. And it's just about experiencing more, expanding more, going through this journey for ourselves. And so the one thing that is a behavior that has been indoctrinated into all of humanity that I've seen is how we want to like control other people. And then we cope and we say, oh, I love them. I love them so much. That's why I'm trying to help them. I'm like, no, you're not. You just want to control them because they're free. And you don't like that they're free. So you're projecting your lack of autonomy onto them. And you could see this in a lot of the communities, even some of the ones I've made videos about, like semen retention, for example. Semen retention is great. It is a wonderful tool, but that doesn't mean you should push that tool onto other people against their will. It doesn't mean that you should tell other people, oh, well, you can't have an OnlyFans. You can't watch porn. You can't drink alcohol. You can't. It's like, that is what pisses me off the most, is when people aren't living your experience. They aren't living your life. They don't have your skill set, your brain, your passions, your anything. They don't know fucking anything about you. And yet they're here to tell you what you can and cannot do. It's crazy. Yeah, those people, they just deserve a nice tea bag, right? Just teabag them. Just lay your nuts on their forehead. But yeah, I'd say that's probably my number one. Is projection in one way or another. All right, two-handed. There's another bow. I don't think we're going to use horses. Trade and engineering. I think attention to detail is probably the best one to go with for right now. Smithing. Steward and horses. I don't like any of these. I almost never use cunning. Vigor's probably the best one of everything. But getting a point in steward is kind of nice. But we're going to trade, and we're also going to use charm. So that's also a good one to have. By the way, I have 0 mods. I'm not using any mods on this one. So it'll be interesting. You get way less like skill ups and stuff. Okay, so steward and tactics. I don't necessarily use tactics because I fight all the battles. Not going to be using pole arms. Everything apparently gives you bow skill, which is kind of nice, I guess. One hand. It's gotta be this. Served in an envoy's entourage. Jesus. I'm gonna use both of those. So charm. I think it's a law of irrationality you were talking about. Robert Greene nailed it perfectly in his book, The Laws of Human Nature. It's like people have this shadow personality. Carl Jung philosophy. Yeah, I mean, I agree that everyone has a shadow sort of personality. And it's weird because the most interesting thing I found about life is the more you try and run away from your shadow, the harder your life gets. But the more you just kind of accept what it is and you integrate it in and you just do whatever it is that you are called to do instead of the judging of it, easier life gets. That's why, like, the deeper I get into any type of, like, true spirituality and oneness and trying to reconnect with my own divinity, it draws me further and further away from all of the religions and dogmatic beliefs, because most of those things are built on shame. They want you to feel fear and repress a lot of your own emotions instead of actually experiencing them, learning from them, and integrating them so you can live a better life. So I like the aspects of kind of just delving deeper into your own mind, your own consciousness, and finding the things that, like, hey, I want to do this. I would love to have that experience. And instead of like the rational ego mind putting up roadblocks the entire time, where it's like, oh no, you can't do that. That's evil. Like all that shit, it's super gay. All this morality garbage that we have, because it's all programmed so people never wake up. All of it. Other than the cases like murder, obviously. Like, that's usually the cop-out argument. They're like, oh, well, if morals aren't important, people would just murder everyone else. I'm like, I'm not talking about those type of morals. I'm talking about stuff where it's you are doing something that doesn't necessarily harm another human being, but it's seen still as wrong because people have repressed this. They've felt shame and fear towards it for their entire life. There's nothing wrong with sex. We'd all be fucking dead. Sex is awesome, but it's the repression of sex that is the true sin. Like, religion has kind of fucked us over heavily when it comes to our ability to get over things that are traumatic, buried down experiences. Sucking your dick, right? It's just funny. I love all of it. But that being said, for me personally, just because I understand I love everything that people can be, all the experiences of life, doesn't mean I have to personally partake in it. I think that's one of the gives and takes of religion and spirituality is it's all about just learning lessons. And one of the biggest ones is personal discernment. Discernment is like the most important thing I wish all of humanity had, is having like this backed up observer awareness of life, where they zoom out and they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm just an avatar. I'm not actually me. I'm just an awareness that is living from this vessel. And I get to do whatever I want with this vessel. And the more positive I am, the more energy I give to things, the better life gets. But the more energy I dissipate on other people and complaining and negativity and ruminating thoughts, then the worse my life gets. So it's like this discernment of realizing like, oh, okay, I need to figure out the things that are good for me in my life and give my energy to those, while also being able to see, based off the lessons I learned from other people and their expression and like what they're here for, if that's meant for me as well. And if it's not, cool, it's meant for them. I love you guys. I'm happy for you. Go do what you want to do with your life, because it's your life. But I'm not going to do it. It's like if everybody could just get that, like through their fucking skull, we would be having flying cities by now and teleportation gates. But no, we're still stuck on this peasant shit, which is why I'm playing Mountain Blade 2, because this is peasant core. Cottage core. I don't know. Raising the conscious awareness of humanity by playing video games. Hilarious. But that's what came to me. I had it in a dream. And it's like my guides, they speak to me. And I gotta pick the rest of the shit so we can I can almost play in the background while I'm speaking. Okay, this one's the best. And of course, Tiberius. Always got to go with Tiberius. Let's see. Playing a while. It's probably a good setting. Appreciate the comment, brother. You're an intellectual guy. I don't think you realize it, but like your thought process says it all. How did you accumulate so much knowledge? Is it experience or is it from books? Lots of reading. I'm going to be honest. I used to overindulge in books. And it kind of left me in a state of which I was always lacking, if that makes sense. Because there was always something else outside of me. There's always something else that I had to learn, something I had to do, something I had to become. And it kind of, yo, what's up from Chicago? So yeah, like I always had to become more. I always had to do more. And so there was like this void inside of me, in relation to knowledge, where there was always more to go. So there was this finish line outside of me that I never could reach. And I've spent probably a decade and a half trying to reach this. Ever since I was like a child, I was just obsessed with trying to know everything, learn everything. And it's just, it's kind of painful. It's kind of painful, for lack of better words. So where I actually started to gain a lot of knowledge is when I released my attachment to knowing everything. I stopped really giving a shit. There are a few books that I would recommend. I mean, if you want me to tell you like the books that are actually good, I can tell you those. Most of the stuff you don't actually need to read. Most books are a waste of time. And I'm saying that as somebody who wrote a book. It's my issue with a lot of modern knowledge and a lot of books is the fact that they are almost created in such a way to just get you on a subscription service. They want to sell you more products and they want to keep you stuck. So there's always something else outside of yourself that they can give you to fulfill you, to complete you. And the answer is you're already complete, but you need to take time away. And so like when I started meditating, that's when I started to allow this emptiness within myself so I could be filled. And if you've never felt it before, it's weird to explain. Hopefully I can put words to it, because a lot of the intuition that I get, there's not human words for it. But it's like just a divine knowing that comes through you. And we're all built this way. We're all built differently. I think who I'm supposed to be to this world is the guy that helps teach humans about their own nature just by existing. Just by being present. People can talk to me. I'm authentic. I'll answer literally any question about any single topic. I don't hide anything in the closet. And that's my gift. But you can only access your gift when you stop looking outside of yourself for things to fix yourself. And so Give me an audiobook. All right, I'll give you guys the best book I think I've ever read, period. Reality Transurfing 1 through 5. It's 1-V by Vadim Zeland. That book will blow your brain open. It blows every other book out of the water. And it's not close. I'd say that one is... trying to think of some other ones that... Neville Goddard, if you like sort of the manifestation, spirituality work. Neville Goddard is great. And then... Who else? Trying to think of, because like I have a bunch back here, but I kind of stopped reading almost because I don't know, dude. I hit this point where I gave up on it and the pursuit of knowledge, and then when I meditate, it's like I just absorb this information. It just flows through me and I just get it. So, and you guys can see that in my regular videos when I film. I'll go some of them for like an hour and a half with no script. There's no notes. So where is that information coming from? And there's no real stuttering. It's not like I'm sitting up there saying, I have to think. There's no thinking involved. When you release the attachment to knowing, you just allow it to flow through you. So I'd say that's where a lot of the knowledge actually came from. I read books up until the point where it finally made sense that I'm not actually like a human, which sounds kind of crazy. But it's not like being a human anymore. It's more of a divine approach to life where you realize that you are the same consciousness that is God, and you are in service to Source. Source being all of creation, everything, all thought, all emotions, everything all together. You are in service to that to have an experience. And the desires and the imaginations and the visuals that you see or may be present in your dreams if you do some dream work or if you're able to lucid dream are the things that God wants to experience through you, through your expression, through your eyes. And so we all have that choice, what we want to do. And this world is one of illusions where there's so many distractions. There's so many ways that you can fucking just not do anything. You know, just kind of self-implode, self-destruct. And that's a choice. But it ultimately, all those choices lead you back to God, lead you back to Source, lead you back to oneness. Because you start to realize just how unfulfilling everything is once you get heavily addicted to it. Like for me, porn, heavily addicted, nicotine, outrageously addicted, alcohol, crazy addiction to that, weed, pretty much all of it. And you just get less and less. You get less and less dopamine. It means less and less. You don't get any pleasure out of it over time. And so it brings you back to that uncomfortable void space where there is complete emptiness. There's nothing within you. And then you start to hear it. Hear him. Whatever you want to refer to God as. But you got to return to that stillness. So I guess that answers the question, hopefully. Where I get the knowledge from. I don't really try for it. It just flows through me. And then I also am very schizo on my... I try and stay present as much as humanly possible, but I'm also like autistically aware of everything and see everything. And I always have. So like human nature and the ability to like analyze people and see through the masks that we all wear and understanding the cause behind the effect has just always been an interest of me. I almost like study humans because they're just interesting. Let's see what else he wrote. I wish I could control my anger. It's people trying to break me emotionally. I don't know any better. Trying to be stoic, but it's really hard, bro. Like, I wish I could punch them. There's a good side to me as well, but I don't know, man. Revenge or stoic? Which is the best path? I'm going to have to go with stoic. What I always say is, like, the people that piss you off the most are actually your best friends. They're actually your best friends. Because I want you to zoom out for a second and just, like, obviously, whatever you're going through, if people are being dickheads to you, that probably sucks in the moment. But your ability to control your emotions, you wouldn't have that ability if you didn't have to deal with negative people, if you didn't have to deal with people attacking you. So the people that are attacking you, the people that are degrading you, the people that step on you or over you or stab you in the back are some of your best friends because they're teaching you more about yourself and your emotions than the regular friends do. And it's one of like the harsh truths I had to come to terms with, you know, because I was asking the universe about that, like what point is there to have like friends in your life and having people close to you? And they're like, and what I got through is you don't realize just how many of those people are actually kind of like demons in your life because they have a story about you. They want to keep you stuck. They want to keep you to the same habits, the same routine. They tell you that you're good enough. You're fine just as you are. And you don't need to change. And they'll always be there to tell you the things that could go wrong because they're caring, because they love you so much. And it doesn't really light a fire in you, and it just makes you more complacent. So it's very important to have friends around you that are always looking for your expansion and your growth and are wanting you to do more with your life, whatever it is, no judgment attached. Those are the best friends. I have a couple of those where they're actual earth angels where it doesn't matter. I could tell them, hey, I want to go start making porn. And they'd be like, that's awesome. Do you have the camera set up? Where are you going to do it? Do you have the lighting? Like, they breathe energy into whatever your passion or your purpose is. But yeah, it's difficult to be stoic. It's very difficult. But I'd say revenge, you don't really get anything out of revenge. If anything, it just destroys your own life faster.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up on our skills. The practice could come in handy when we catch up with the raiders.
Skip
Are you sure
tutorial.
about that?
Yes.
All right then. Let us split up and look one of our thing, brother.
Absolutely gonna skip that tutorial. Ain't no way. What is going on with this map? Seems way too light. Stag. Let's see. guess I could just do my own family crest. Brother, what? What's going on with the map? That should fix it. Whoa, so much better. All right. Now let's see here. What do we got? Charm. We get a point. Of course. Absolutely. We're going to be tournament spamming. Let's upgrade that. Let's see, trading, we can get all the way up. 75, that'll be nice. And then let's just, yes, I want to fly them. What do we got in the inventory? Horse, harness, hatchet. It's interesting. I was thinking about power, but I also realized that power destroys your own identity. People who chase power are blinded by it. I agree with that. Did you say thy? I love that. Thy destroy themselves in the process. That's a valuable lesson you've taught me, brother. I love your videos. They're amazing. Thank you. Yeah, power is a very sticky subject because to a degree, like power kind of goes hand in hand with like money and control. I can't remember what it was where I read it. There was like the big four. It was like lust or sex. You have power, control, which I kind of see as the same as power, and then money. And it's like chasing any of those things can almost destroy you to a degree because you're going to lose who you are in the process of trying to attain more of something outside of yourself. Instead of like the understanding you gain when you like take time away from everything and you're just like zenned out, you're chilling, you don't care about controlling other people. You only care about controlling yourself. And so like the release of attachment to controlling the outcomes in the external world, the world of illusion outside of yourself, frees you to actually become more of your truest self. Whereas this mindset or this obsession with controlling the world outside of you, it just leads to more thought. It leads to more actions that aren't actual like divine intuitive actions because you're just trying to manipulate the mirror outside of yourself instead of controlling yourself. It's like you only have so much time in the day and you could spend it trying to control yourself or you could spend it trying to control others. And I think that's one of like the most beautiful but haunting lessons is when you start to see it in people. You start to see that there are some people that they don't really have any emotional control over themselves. And so therefore their job while they're here at this point is to try and control other people. And it's all just a form of projection. Most everything is just projection. Why humans do anything. Until they sort of integrate in that truth about themselves. And they actually start to look at themselves in the mirror, and then they can grow, they can change. They can ask themselves, hey, what do I actually want to be doing? And then just go about doing that. Just go about expanding more. I mean, that's probably why I'm even streaming today. I was like, all right, well, I make videos. I like doing that. This is basically video time right here. Because it's in a flow state. Now, as far as playing a game in the background, that's just like, I don't know. I just enjoy video games. So if it's weird, it's like an expansion. It's something new. It's something different. But it feels expansive to me. And so that's really all that matters. But I could be spending this exact same time, you know, focusing on politics or the news and saying, well, this group is bad, this group's bad. Same thing. You have time, you could spend it internally or you could spend it externally trying to control others. One tragedy I will say of life that I've picked up is when you're actually trying to serve the collective and raise the vibration, you're not appreciated for it nearly as much as you should be. All the attention goes to the people that are at the bottom of the barrel, that are trying to make you feel more anger, more fear, more doubt, more apathy. All the lower emotions, that's what sells. But, I mean, I don't know. That's just what happens. If you try and raise the vibe too much, you'll probably get killed for it. At least, it's kind of what's happened throughout history. We'll see here. Yeah! Forest bandits. Okay. Getting companions. I don't need companions quite yet. Oh, dude, you're not you're not interrupting my playtime. I honestly just have the game in the background because it's just something I can have that I can look at, because otherwise, like, I would basically just be looking at myself. Like, if I full screen this, I would just have to look at myself the entire time. So it's just something else that I can sort of do. But that part I'm still figuring out as well, because it's difficult to have the deeper conversations and just talk, which is what I'd prefer to be doing. But it's easier when I have, I guess, like more viewers all commenting at the same time. When that's going on, I've done that before where I have a stream where it's absolute mayhem. And it's great because I could just sit here and just talk for hours. But it's the, I guess it's the starting part of any stream. But it's a new experience for me to get used to. I'm not really sure how to do that. Like, how do people stream when you have like 0 viewers? And then you switch over at some point. So it's like I'd play the game until there's enough conversation and enough questions and interesting, juicy conversation that like the game kind of disappears. If that makes sense. Although this is a very difficult game to play while having conversations, I gotta say. Because I do not I do not know exactly what I'm doing in here. Gotta get a plan. Alright, let's see. I don't know if... Yeah, it doesn't show me the tournaments. Yeah, I would love to be on more intellectual podcasts. That would be a lot of fun. The thing is, I've done the podcasts before, especially like not live with one of my buddies. But what I noticed is, like, it's difficult to find people that are similar to the way like I kind of view things. And so I almost have to I had to dumb it down a little bit during the conversations. And I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm better than everyone. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm trying to say is that depending on the topic of conversation, if we start getting into consciousness, if we start getting into the design of reality, if we get into source, God, higher selves, that type of stuff, and it starts flowing through me, certain people that have been in my life will just call me crazy. They'll call me insane. And so finding somebody that I can talk to and fully be myself, which is fucking outrageous that it's that difficult to just be yourself. That's why I make videos on YouTube, to be honest. It's my way of talking things out with myself to the viewer on the other side. And I don't view the viewer or you as somebody different. I view you as me. I view you as an extension of me. We are all one. We're all in this together. So it's like the greatest gift you could give to humanity is to fully experience the depth of your own soul. Because that's almost like a permission slip when you do that to give it to other people. But yeah, finding people that can have intellectual conversations about everything without being too much of a human is difficult. I'm like, we're not really human. We're eternal. We're souls. We just have a temporary physical vessel, and we get attached to it because, yeah, we have food and you have to sleep. And, all these addictions, and you got jobs and all this other bullshit outside of you. But you can take time away from everything, pretty much. You could cut it all off. And you start to realize, just how powerful you are without things outside of you. Like, for example, I'm on day 3 right now of a fast. And I feel juiced to the gills with energy. And so that would fly in the face of regular science, because science is not here to actually help humans. It's here to give you more beliefs. It's here to indoctrinate you into a mindset, so therefore you have more rules that structure your reality for you, so you can't do whatever the fuck you want to do, if that makes sense. Like, the best life you could possibly live is the one in which you speak so positively to yourself that things just magically start happening, and then you make the connection that the more positive you are, the more positivity you get back, because you're meeting life at a higher vibration. So it's a fun little game. Fun little game. Yeah, I gotta find some. I don't know what podcasts I would even go on. I don't watch too many podcasts at all. Like, I kind of just, like, make content, meditate, do my own thing. Like, work out, get massages, go on bike rides, go spend time in nature, cook my own food, read, stuff like that. Obviously, spend time with some friends. But, like, the consumption aspect, I don't do a whole lot of. Like, I don't want to consume other people's beliefs and things, because the more I consume that, the less of myself I am. But I do see the irony of me posting and doing what I'm doing while saying such a thing. But I don't think a lot of content creators are honest about that. Where our job, if you're in the self-improvement or mindset improvement space, is ultimately to tell people, like, hey, I want you to get to the point where you never have to turn my channel on again. You can unsubscribe, because you don't waste your time doing anything. You don't need anything outside of yourself. You're actually one with yourself, and so therefore you don't need any more advice. You don't need any more frosting on top of the cake. You could just actually start living your life. You know what? This is way too difficult. Way too difficult. All right. Mahamo Hamid. What's up, brother? Hello there, my guy. All right, we're going to do something that is so much easier for me to play in the background. I would agree people with your mindset and thinking are rare. My mindset is somewhat similar to yours in the way you think. It's crazy. Existence is absurd. We are living in an endless loop of, I'm guessing you're saying infinity or consciousness. That's how I see it. It's like people don't like the you don't watch the World Cup. Can I stream the World Cup? Can I watch that in the background? I've watched a couple games, but I don't know. I don't really watch soccer too often. That'd be fun, though. I saw whatever the Norway team is. That dude's crazy good. The really tall guy that's like 6'5", built like a fucking Viking, just decided to play soccer. Love it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't think you can stream it. I think I'd probably get in trouble for that. All right. I don't remember what run I was on, but Ascension's unlocked. I'm new at this game. How can I make money? What are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about Bannerlord? I just stopped streaming that. I gotta change the title, I think, of this. How do I even do that? Jeez, bro. Crazy. Bannerlord, I'd say trade. Trade is the easiest. You go to provinces in the game where you can buy a lot of cheap materials like grain or fish, and then you go to other regions that don't have those materials, and then you could sell them there. Tools, when you start getting more money, you can do it with tools as well. You can go over to like the Crusade area, which is like the east side of the map, the horsey boys, and buy cheaper horses and then sell them over to the Vlandians or somebody else that needs horses that doesn't have horses. So yeah, I'd say trade. Otherwise, tournaments early on, you can wager all of your gold every single round so you can make a decent amount from winning a tournament. And then over time, battles. Once you get a decent sized army and you win a battle and you take all the loot, then you could just go sell all the loot and you start making stupid money. And then you just transition into some workshops. Workshops aren't going to make you rich, but they'll pay off your daily sort of burn rate for having your garrisons and your army costs. So yeah, all that stuff. I would agree. People with your mindset are thinking, okay, yeah, I think existence is kind of absurd, by the way. In what way do you think it's absurd? Like that we're even here in the first place, or like why we're here? All right, Pirate King, I'll catch you, dude. Yeah, that one's good too. I like that video. I think I remember it. You may ignore paths when choosing the next rooms to travel to 3 times. Lose all gold. Enchant all cards in the first card. I don't really want to upgrade anything. I'd rather just choose the path randomly. Okay. So going this way, don't need the early shop. Elite. 2 elites. 3 elites. Jump to that guy. Jump to that guy. Assuming we don't get worked, this could be a god tier run. Nice, bro. Oh, that's so unfortunate. 3 damage. Alright, so we'd be... He's dead next turn. We heal back to full. There we go. That's actually pretty nice. An early perfected strike. Nah, I've never played Stomp. They could be OP. Because we could do... How much is this? 12 damage? Could do that. Could do that. Boom. That's actually nice. Some juicy AoE. Okay, it's going to do 8 damage. So we always heal 6. So we can take a little bit of damage. It's okay. Add a card to your deck. Double the enemy's vulnerable. Stampede. The end of your turn. 1 random attack is played against a random enemy. Oh, early power. I don't know about that. The Pommel Strike, the card generation is just too good early in the game. To add it into your hand, it's free to play this turn. Okay. Looks like a double block. I probably could have added... I'm not going to use a potion this early, though. Because you get a hand like this. Where you just get to play everything. There's no point. You're just wasting a potion. We ain't going to do that, bro! Whenever you apply vulnerable, draw 1 card. That's pretty sick. That's a good power. Gain 7 block. I don't like True Grit. I don't like... exhausting all my cards like that. It's kind of a useless power, to be honest, at the start. Day 7 of semen retention, just got out of a 6-month relationship. There we go. There we go, brother. Hey, it only gets easier. It only gets easier. I think the hardest part is just the start. Because, like, once... I mean, you're used to having sex. And then... you can't have sex. And you're like, this kind of sucks. I think you'll get through it. Sheesh, I'm getting shit on with damage. What the fuck? Heal 20, heal for 20% of your max HP. Nice. Play. Shrug it off is good. Tremble. I don't like exhaust cards. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. Rough. Not a great first hand. Oof. Yeah, I think we just had to take damage. Cool. That's alright. Get that bullshit out of here. Alright, and then we just kill him. There we go. Deals 6 damage, deals 3 additional. They really want me to do these exhaust things. Deal 7 damage, gain 2 strength this turn. So much better. So much better. I hate this bird. Ugh. Fucking bird, man. Drink. Deal 10. Okay. Heal 14, 2 vulnerable. Yeah, get clapped. That was a good, real solid turn there. Whenever you rest, okay, apply 1 vulnerable for each vulnerable on the enemy. Exhaust. I think armaments is good. Weed ruined my relationship. It made me paranoid and needy, so I quit that too. I 100% agree with you. I used to smoke weed all the time. I used to see it as like, it was almost like good for me. I would cope and I would tell myself that it was, you know, good and I could use it and didn't have any negative side effects. But honestly, I got so like trapped in my own mind that it just made me that paranoid schizo version of self where I would just perceive everything in the world that's going wrong. And it made living life fucking miserable. And so, yeah, when I used to smoke weed in relationships, it always ruined the relationship. Because now I had to have that other person fix me all the time because I would be lost in the sauce. Be like just out randomly. Just out there. Don't need to rest yet. Don't need to rest yet. Let's see. Stomp plus. It's not worth it. 2 cards. I think armaments plus. Let's just upgrade our entire deck as quickly as possible. Let's see what we got going on here, boy. Okay. Okay, there we go. Got a lot of the setup. Probably could have bashed. Probably could have bashed there, but it is what it is. I think just using armaments. The 5, 9 damage, 9 damage. That guy's dead. Let's see. See what we got here. Shrug it off, of course. Armaments. Sheesh, no. Just draw more of this infection bullshit. Oof. I was one off. That'd be enough. That's unfortunate. A lot of energy early on. That's nice. 13 damage, apply 1 weak, 1 vulnerable. Whenever a card is exhausted, 3 block. I don't have any exhaustion cards. Deal 4 damage, deals 2 additional damage for each vulnerable on the enemy. Could stack vulnerables. Just beat the shit out of enemies. Each combat, the first time you play a card that debuffs an enemy, double its effect. That's awesome. Alright. Lots of elites. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. He's sleeping, so we probably want to set it up. Have some vicious. Is this even worth to do? Shit. That sucks. It's a lot of fucking damage. How to move on from a dime. It's easy to move on from a 7 or 8, but my subconscious sabotaged me. It's too much of a coincidence that I ruin my relationship the same way every time I date a 10 out of 10. That's, I mean, it's been the same for me in the past, but I'd say moving on from a dime is to realize that you've already had a dime before, and so therefore there's no shortage of them. I think that's one of the things that kind of messes up a lot of men in life, is they have this idea in their mind that there's only like one hot woman out there. And it's just not true. Like, there's 10 out of 10s literally everywhere. And so, like, you almost, like, destroy your own progress by getting so worried about, like, oh my god, I'm never going to find my wife again. I'm never going to find it. No, you are. You just have to get out of your own way, and it will just happen naturally. Like, the girls that I perceive on a daily basis, like, bro, I could walk into the grocery store, like a random grocery store, and there could be just a random girl. It's the prettiest girl I've ever seen. But it's like, I have recency bias. It's crazy. Like, you could just go out anywhere, and as long as you're, like, in a happy, fun, loving mood, think about the other things that are around you when you're in that state, because that's like a lifeline that you've selected for yourself. So, like, you're at a pinpoint here, happy, and then around the happiness are all the other things, the other opportunities that are similar to that happiness, which is like you're surrounded by fucking baddies. You're surrounded by good food. Your friends are reaching out to you to do fun shit, right? When you're in the higher vibe, you just naturally attract the like kind high vibe stuff. And you don't have to believe me, but try it out. Like, I know you're doing the process. Like the 7 days of semen retention is crazy, by the way. So good job, brother. You're already leaps and bounds above the average man that is constantly depleted. But you get rid of that. You don't drink alcohol, which there's nothing wrong drinking alcohol, but again, it's another attachment on the outside. It's like another thing of this world that's trying to distract you. And so I'm trying to move your awareness inside of yourself. Like, what is your highest purpose? What is the thing that you really love doing? And I don't know about that about you. Like, maybe you love cars. Like, cars to you are just your favorite thing in the entire universe. So there's a version of you that used to be more schizo and smoking weed and just fucking your ex-girlfriend all the time, just draining your energy, and you weren't as focused on your passions. But what you'll start to notice is you start to do your passions more. You start to do the things that bring you so much joy in life. You're going to just start perceiving. There's going to be hot women everywhere, bro. Because it's your energy. It's your energy that attracts them. It's always been the energy. Dismantle. This might be an early loss on this run. But we're going to try and we're going to make it through it. Oh, man. I really don't want to take damage here. $12 damage. I mean, this is what happens though when you you go absolutely apeshit just going for all the elites. But you get so many items. Start of each combat, gain 4 plating. Goated. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, if you already have women around you, then yeah, you're good. You can kind of do the same thing like what I've been doing. It's just been peaceful. Like, I think there's too much of an obsession in society to always have a girlfriend, and this thinking that if you don't have a girlfriend, there's obviously something missing in your life. But it's like, if you can find peace without one, if you could find peace within yourself without sort of conforming to what society wants of you and just becoming a better version of yourself, it only pays dividends in the long run for your life. So I don't know. It's nice. Like, just having pretty women around is always good. I like flirting with them all the time and just having conversations. But, like, as far as putting effort into a relationship, fuck no, dude. Fuck no. Absolutely not. Wifey can come in. I'll know exactly when I see her. But as far as just chasing tail, with girls that it would just be like work the entire time to make it work, I'm good. I'd rather just be peaceful, be single, enjoy life. Deal 9 damage. Put a card from your discard pile on top of the draw pile. Oh, can I do... I mean, how many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's too greedy to go for the 5. Yeah, 69 HP. So much better. We already have plenty of upgrades, so... yeah. Let's just do the damage. Whew! One shot his ass. What does this do? Enemies drop 15 additional gold. Yo, thanks. Thanks, Ivan. Dude, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, my guy. I actually love it when people like comment and help out. That means a lot to me. Not just like the financial stuff, you know, like the donating money, but like it's guys like you that actually like leave the likes and the comments that help the algorithm out. I think that's the hardest part of doing YouTube in the first place, is like you can have amazing content and my mindset can be as positive as humanly possible to where more people see my videos, everything goes viral, whatever that is. You know, like the positivity, so you keep perceiving it back, which I do, but it still means a lot when you see the people that sort of interact with you. Because it's like every time you type a comment, it helps the stream, it helps the videos, it reaches more of an audience, and therefore it can like actually change lives and impact people, which is all I really care about. In addition to having fun. I love having fun. What does this do? Tremble. I need bloodletting, bro. And we still have 2 of those flight path things. Let's see. Whenever you apply vulnerable, I'm not sure I want to use that yet. Definitely using shrug it off. Actually, I probably could use it. Nimbit. Okay, there we go. Save a little bit of HP. Does so much damage. Exhaust 1 card, gain 1 strength. Brand seems good. Is it 1 strength permanently? Because that's kind of crazy if it's 1 strength permanently. Let's view card upgrades. Gain 2 strength. Let's try this out. I want to see what it does. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. It was not in Slay the Spire 1. Tell you that much. Alright, Let's see here. It's 13 incoming damage. I believe, yes, I get some shielding. That is dank. Whew. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate. I didn't hit any type of draw. Post-breakup workouts are GOAT. I kind of like the pain. Makes me work harder. Yeah, I feel that. Also, it's nice to like not have to talk to somebody, you know? Like, I had a CrossFit girlfriend a while back. And we went to the same gym. We met at the gym. And there's just something to be said about being able to actually do your own workout. And like not have to spend time with her and make sure like, oh yeah, you're taken care of. It's just a lot. It could be a lot sometimes. Okay, so 8, 6, 14 damage. Got 13 block, that's good. But yeah, like the pain almost of like that loss in your life. Like, oh man, I wish I had that girlfriend. Almost just fuels you. It feels so much better. Let's see here. What do I want to discard? Probably not going to use this. Actually, get rid of the defend. I need some card draw. Holy shit. Okay, so I keep the strength. That's really, really overpowered then. So we're gonna get rid of that strike. $13, $13. Yeah. We have plenty of health to absolutely stomp this dude. Yeah, we just need some vulnerable on him, and then we are good. Don't take any damage. Let's get rid of one of those. Bash. Bully. Boom. It's dead next turn. So we got through floor 1. Holy shit, they still have feed. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're feasting. We're feasting. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Where are the elites? Pretty much do any of these paths. I have a lot of gold, so I think right here into this guy. And then depending on HP, might go through here, up here. And then just jump over here at some point to get another elite. Because what is that? That's only 2 elites. I could get 4. I could go boom, boom. Boom, 3, 4. How old am I? I am 31. Ideal type of partner for me, I would say, is somebody that is okay with sort of not knowing what I'm going to be doing most of the time. I kind of like, I'm still trying to figure out my path and my purpose. So it's somebody that is okay with the fact that I might just want to sit and meditate for a couple hours because I'm getting something out of it. I want to sit and write and be an author. I also want to film videos, and just having like the faith and the understanding that like I'm going to keep doing that path and it's working out. Because some people, they have an over obsession with needing to know as far as like finances and stuff go. They're like, oh, well, you don't have a job, so therefore you don't have anything going on. And I'm like, that's not exactly true. But that's one of the biggest roadblocks I've faced, is there's a lot of judgment around people when it comes to having a career online. And it's almost like they look down on the whole content creation, even though they all consume content. So it's kind of ironic a little bit. But also like just healthy gym goer, not a smoker, not into drugs, not into a lot of the more negative habits, I'd say. Like drinking is a big one for me. I don't want to be going out to bars. It's just not a part of my life anymore, and I'm not going to compromise on that. Smoking, I don't smoke anymore, so I'd rather not have to compromise on that one as well. Clean eating, you know, a lot of the basics, just like a loving and compassionate type of person. It's more so like I want their soul to be in a good spot, but at the same time, there are certain things, certain habits that I'm like, I don't hate you if you do this. I don't hate anyone, but like I don't want it in my life because it's just going to bring chaos. Yeah, I think Pale's flesh, bro. Sheesh. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't want to take that much damage first turn. Okay. It's one enemy dead. Which I believe that was the harder one of the two to kill. Yes. More HP. Perfected strike. Feel no pain is kind of meh. I think perfected strike could be decent. I don't have a lot of strike cards. Crystal Sphere. I predicted you'd enter. A raspy voice calls out as you enter a mystic hut. Your destiny has brought you here. We must uncover your future and fortunes so you can save us all. Okay, here are the options for the Crystal Sphere reading. Be sure to sign this waiver as well. She says while bringing out pen and parchment. Uncover future payment plan. Gain a debt. Divine 6 times. What does divining do? I'd rather just... Yeah, I don't want unplayable card. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's nice. Fairy in a bottle. Deal, dude. Let's see. I didn't even read that. I thought I just agreed to fight him. Guess not. Uh, 6 HP, draw 3 cards. Jesus, dude. I need some block, brother. Alright. Still gaining HP. That's good. Let's see here. Thunderclap. Wish we had that earlier. Such a good card. %50 discount on all products. Deal. Shuriken's amazing. That seems OP. That's good. That's good. We're just buying everything here. And just get rid of a strike. Wow, what a shop. What a shop. Incredible. We got a lot in that one. So I gained Tainted. What? That just seems so unfair. Like I'm taking additional damage. For what? For what? Why? It's all my defense cards. That is so not cool. Random card without replay in your draw pile. 22 damage on that. Set up a strike. Pommel strike. Easy. 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. Incredible. The build is coming together. It's coming together. Play the top card of your draw pile and exhaust it. No. Unmovable. Interesting. I think we want another power for block. Okay. I think we do another elite. Gain a lot of value. Ah, this is like the worst elite in the game. Yeah, just kill off one of them. Why not? Okay, so I get the shuriken. So I just have to keep playing like crazy amounts of attacks. Woo! Okay. I think we upgrade everything. It's 12 damage. Pretty good. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with an additional 2 energy, which is really good. Let's get 1 tremble. I have a list of things I want to finish now that I quit weed. Learn Mandarin, get back into jiu-jitsu. What do you want to learn Mandarin for? You interested in living in China, or you just want to know Chinese or Mandarin? Oh, Mr. Pupper. He probably has to go out soon. But yeah, jiu-jitsu. I've actually never done like a combat sport. I have a punching bag in the garage that I like to use. But it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things. Combat sports and me. I've never wanted the competition aspect of it. Like, I don't have any interest in, like, punching another human being or really wrestling with them anymore. Ever since, you know, being younger, playing football. But it seems like a great exercise. Like, great workout. People love it, so. That's all that really matters. Whenever this enemy is hit by an attack, add 1 dazed into your draw pile. Fuck this guy. Holy shit. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, so we're just gonna... It hits you with everything. Boom. Start your second turn. More block. Incredible. Love it. Free damage. Love it. I'll take that all day, every day. Smith. Feed plus. Just get it full HP. Pussy boy activities, but hey, fuck it. My ex was Chinese and I live in a Chinese community in Southern California. I never tried to learn fully because I would always get high too much. Oh. Okay. Are you Chinese? Or, like, are you... I'm guessing from your name, you're not in your picture. Seems like you're Latino, so... Latino guy dating a Chinese girlfriend? Okay, I get you. Is that, like, your type? Do you like the Asian persuasion? Or are you more like everything fits you? Doesn't really matter? Just personality guy? But I feel that on the weed thing. Whatever I get, like, well, whenever I have been on the weed, I can't really do anything else. Like, at all. Just sort of destroys my ability to live life. Alright. Easy. Sword. It's 9 damage, it's 10 damage. It's spread out. Oh, buddy. Alright, let me get through this elite and then we'll go outside. Okay, little guy? So now you probably gotta go to the bathroom, my boy. Clearing through this fight easy. Deal 8 damage. Okay, you're dead. Don't really need bully. It's like the most annoying part is when you have to deal with this bullshit right here. You can only take 9 damage. It's like, oh yeah, I want to one-shot you. Nope. You get a max cap of damage of 9. Hard to kill. Hard to kill. That you are indeed, my boy. Okay. Whenever I draw a strike card, it's automatically played for free. Hilarious. That's gonna make this very easy. See, I should draw strikes. Yep. That is the mindset on that. Just draw as many cards as humanly possible. And hopefully draw the strikes. And when they play, they count towards my shuriken, so it upgrades my strength. 27 damage. So ass. Obnoxious. Stop doing this to my cards. Please. Jesus, dude. Get that shit out of here. Sure. Just give me more damage. Keep pumping into me. Crazy. Raise your max health. Awesome pickup. I think a Molten Fist here is actually decent. Super Hellraiser is great. Alright, let's see here. That's unfortunate. I wish I had some card draw. That first turn, get 5 energy. That would go crazy. The end of your turn, one random attack in your hand is played against a random enemy. Okay. I don't have any vulnerable on him. Let's get that back. Can't really avoid that one. I didn't want to use that guy. Thought it'd be so OP. Shit. Whatever, as long as we don't die. Where the fuck? What? Where are the frantics? Okay, there we go. There's a frantic. I need to escape. Okay, frantic escape. More of that. Stealing 20 something damage. I want to say I get my full health back. I think we can kill him next turn. It's risky. Yep. There we go. Start your turn, lose 1 HP, and gain 8 block. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pick this, and then I'm going to go take my dog out for a bit. Whenever you kill an elite, upgrade 4 random cards is wild. Choose 3 attacks in your deck, enchant them with instinct. Also crazy. Whistle is also amazing. I don't know if I want to... Because what would I do? It's double damage. So probably a double damage feed. A double damage perfected strike. But I mean, a lot of these cards can get upgraded still. So, look at the map here. It's 1, 2, 3. So you can get total 3. That would be 12 cards upgraded. So this would be 12 if I hit all the elites. This is double damage. This is a stun. I think this is the best one. Because higher damage feed helps with consuming. Perfected strike is just overpowered. And stomp for AoE. Alright. Let's see here. What's going on this thing? Figure out how to take a break on this thing. So confusing through OBS. I don't know how this works. How to use encoders. Paste the stream key into your software. Okay. I don't know. I'll be back. You're such a good little bugger. probably end the stream. Oh. Thanks for everyone that joined. I'm going to get out of here. My little pupper man he wants to sit outside in the grass. So it's going to probably be like an hour plus. Then I'm going to be gone. So I'll probably just restream maybe later, tomorrow. Who even knows? But yeah, I think I'm going to start doing this more and probably the videos at the same time. I'll do the videos still, but I kind of like the live interaction and getting comments as I talk about certain things, because it just makes it easier. And especially with like dating stuff, like if guys want assistance on that, or the ladies, I think streaming is just such a better platform to actually have a open dialogue and conversation, as opposed to like a standalone timeless video in which, you know, I'm just cooking by myself for like 30 minutes. So we'll see, but I